Now choose to perish or to learn.
Pamela Geller, Atlas Shrugs, thank you so much for being with us. And oh yeah, you just tweeted out the Loretta Lynch ripping America for waves of hatred. But as you point out, she left something out?
Yes, of course, she is condemning Americans, I guess, for being Americans. But by the same token, when it comes to jihad terror or the incitement to mass murder, she has nothing really negative to say about that. And I honestly think that this speaks to the whole of the Obama years. Essentially, the question was, whose side are you on? And inevitably, it was never on the pro-American side. It's very much like, Michelle Obama. After 8 years of this enormous amount of power and respect and all of the perks that went along with it, she stands with John Lewis when he challenges the legitimacy of the Trump election. These are very dangerous moves. And it's interesting to me that the key difference in the left and the right is, when the right wins, they all pick up their marbles and they go home.
Right.
When the left wins, they man their battle stations. They protect their flank. They protect their man. And this is a lesson that I think the right needs to learn, and they need to learn it very quickly. They need to learn it fast.
Right. Imagine Donald Trump saying that Democrats need to get to the back of the bus, as Barack Obama did to Republicans back when he was elected.
Exactly. And if anyone thought that the left would accept defeat and respect the democratic process, they hadn't been paying attention for the past 40 years. Much like the jihad movement with whom they align, if something or someone does not go their way, they blow it up, both, whether it's figuratively or literally.
Right.
And this army of goons, as you saw in James O'Keefe's latest undercover video where he, exposes these plans to set the bombs off at the deplorable, of which, I was invited, where much of the right is going to be. They're fueled by this incendiary rhetoric, by the media, by academia, by these Hollywood airheads, and even in this case, Michelle Obama. They are irrational. They are anti-real, and in a word, they are evil. And they will not calm down and accept the loss. And what we need to understand is we have to fight harder than ever during the Trump administration years and never give an inch. The left has always understood this simple fact that we, the lovers of freedom, have often failed to grasp that it ain't over. The battle is never over. They always close ranks. They always protect their people. Look at how they protected Barack Hussein Obama, despite disastrous years in the Middle East, in Africa, across the world, with our allies, and in particularly, look what happened, for example, with Russia. And they do this even when they're riding high and everything seems to be going in their favor. And we have to learn that lesson from them, Jamie. We cannot abandon our battle stations now. On the contrary, we must fortify them.
And people like you are all that more vital here, because what happens is now the left, in not only their recalcitrance, now they are aided, though, by the media, which is, of course, was organized behind Hillary, and now will be organized behind them. And so unlike the left, when they had the right to deal with, the right didn't have the media on their side. So This is going to be a different story. And of course, the work, as you point out, has to be harder.
Of course. And the media, what's more terrifying now, and what we need to understand in, the strategies of war, is that the media now has only one job. Only one. And that is to destroy, oppose, and dismantle the Trump presidency. That's all they have to do. And while they are clearly less influential than they were, say, 10 or 15 years ago, and they've, as we've seen, continue to shoot themselves in the foot, they still have power. And this is what we need to understand. Now, my organization, AFDI, just released a video. We went to Times Square to ask regular New Yorkers what they thought of Rosie's tweet that we should suspend the inauguration, impose martial law, until Trump is prosecuted. And I strongly recommend that your listeners go to either thegellerreport.com or afdi.us and watch that video, or go to YouTube and watch that video. You will be shocked at how many people believe that we should impose martial law.
Unreal.
That we should live under military law as opposed to allowing Donald Trump to be inaugurated. This is frightening stuff because they're misinformed. They're proudly misinformed. They don't even know what it is that they're advocating for, and they are militant in what they believe. And this is not going to go away. This is going to get worse. There is no honeymoon. There is no, okay, let's agree to, just get along, and then we'll man our battle stations and so on and so forth. Oh, no. This is a whole other ball game. And as you see with this inauguration, what makes it different than every other inauguration is that there's an unprecedented threat level for this Trump inauguration. These are very dangerous times, and anyone that thinks that, hey, we got our man and we can relax is just not paying attention, Jamie.
Well, certainly glad you're there. The GellerReport.com is a great resource for everybody now, too. So thank you so much, Pamela. Good talking to you. And I will maybe see you up there. I'll be up there. And so if I can stop by the Deplora Ball, you bet I will, and I'll say hi.
Great. Thanks, Jamie.
All right. Thank you.